Steel Ministry reaches Supreme Court over BIS certification. Is this a crisis for MSME? Imagine a small entrepreneur whose factory has been running for the past 15 years. Every morning, he watches workers check in through a biometric machine. Machines roar throughout the day. And by evening, finished goods are loaded onto trucks. But one day, everything suddenly comes to a halt. Raw materials don't arrive. The shipment from abroad is held back at the port. The reason? No BIS certification. The very next day, his client cancels the contract. And he stands there, shocked, distressed, helpless. This is the biggest story in India's MSME sector today, centered around an order issued by the Steel Ministry and the voices rising against it, which have now reached the Supreme Court. Today, we'll dive deep into this issue. But before that, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you receive all our latest updates first. Now, without any delay, let's begin today's discussion. On 13 June 2025, the Steel Ministry issued an order that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. The order stated that from now on, all raw materials used in the manufacturing steel products, such as hot-rolled coils, slabs, billets, and blooms, must also have mandatory BIS certification. The most affected by this decision was the sector that generates employment, boosts exports, yet never considers itself a VIP, the MSME. Small units like auto parts, precision tubing, and fasteners manufacturers were given just one working day to comply with the order. No prior notice, no grace period. It was like telling a farmer, just before the rains, that his seeds now require new testing, or else, don't sow your fields. Following this, 𝐟𝐨𝐥𝐿𝐴 Metalex LLP and other firms filed petition in the Madras High Court. On July 18, the High Court issued an interim stay on the ministry's order. The court stated that the policy violates Articles 14 and 19 𝐮𝐸𝐥𝐥𝐨𝐰, that is, the fundamental rights to equality and the freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. But the story didn't end there. The ministry took the matter to the Supreme Court. Now, the country's highest court will decide whether this expansion of BIS certification is justified or the final nail in the coffin for India's MSME. The ministry argues that this step is necessary to maintain a level playing field between domestic and foreign producers. Their point is that if Indian manufacturers are required to use BIS-certified input materials, then the SAM rule should apply to imported goods as well. The ministry also claims that this will prevent the dumping of substandard steel in the market. But is that really the case? Industry experts say that while the argument sounds good in theory, it's quite misleading in practice. 𝐮𝐸𝐿𝐴 Srivastava from the Global Trade Research Initiative GRT believes that under the FMCS, Foreign Manufacturers Certification Scheme, foreign factories are already subject to BIS audits. Every raw material is tested before entering India. PMI testing, mill certificates, port inspections, all checks are already in place. So why impose this new barrier? In reality, countries like those in Europe, the US, and Japan do not require such certification for input materials. Their focus is on the quality of the final product. India, on the other hand, is reversing this logic. It wants certification at every single stage. And this policy change was communicated just one day before its implementation. The potential impact of this order can be gauged from the fact that completing the BIS certification process takes anywhere from 6 to 18 months. In the meantime, the supply chains of hundreds of factories get disrupted. Many foreign steel suppliers, especially smaller mills, have neither the incentive nor the resources or time to obtain BIS certification. MSME that depend on these suppliers are now in a dire state. They can neither accept new orders nor fulfill the old ones. Shipments are getting delayed, clients have imposed penalties, and in many cases, contracts have been outright cancelled. In one stroke, losses worth crores have been incurred. Anil Bharadwaj, Secretary General of FISME, Federation of Indian Micro and Small Medium Enterprises, says the Steel Ministry neither consulted the industry nor gave it time. This order came at a time when the market was struggling to recover from a global slowdown and MSME were hoping for government support. Instead of support, what they got was a shock. Now the question arises, is this move really in the national interest? If the ministry's intentions are good, then the question is about the process. Bringing change isn't wrong, but bringing it without consultation or preparation? Should the MSME sector, already battling challenges like GST, labor reforms, rising input costs, and declining exports, be burdened even more? To understand the depth of this entire controversy, consider an example. Suppose you're an SME that imports steel billets from Japan. Now the Japanese company sending those billets will be required to obtain a BIS license. That company replies, "We won't do this just for India. We'll send the material to China instead." What will you do then? You have neither alternatives nor time. Big players like Reliance and Tata can find their own solutions. But what about that small entrepreneur running to shifts with laborers? Where will he go? Experts are now suggesting that this order be immediately suspended and reviewed by an interministerial committee. They have also demanded that, in the future, a minimum of 90 days be given before implementing any such regulation, so the industry gets a fair chance to adapt. 𝐮𝐸𝐴 has raised an even more serious concern. He hinted at the possibility of cartelization behind this order. Is it possible that small businesses are being sidelined to benefit a few large companies? He has even suggested approaching the Competition Commission to investigate this matter. The list of questions keeps growing, and the answers, for now, lie only with the court. Will the Supreme Court hear the voice of the MSME? Will the government withdraw this order and make a fresh start? Or will this too become just another entry in the long list of half-baked reforms, perhaps well-intentioned but misdirected? This isn't just a matter for the courts. It concerns the livelihoods of millions of workers, employees, and entrepreneurs. It's about the India that dreams of becoming self-reliant, but not at the cost of breaking its backbone, the MSME sector.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.